YouTube! What's cracking? It's that boy C, one half of the GNC show. What's going on? Come on in. Happy Tasty Tuesday. We on a slab, aka 95. Just coming from a closing. Bought another rental property. Hoo-hoo! Yeah, doing real estate investing stuff, you know. GG in the cut. Hey, yeah, man. Come on in. If you new to the tribe, subscribe, like button, subscribe and like button, share. But let's get into the video, man. Let's get into the video. You see the topic. Let's not waste no time. I'm giving y'all this good sauce, and I hope this video can help some people out. I know it's a lot of inspiring entrepreneurs. It's very hard. It's very hard. Pause. It's very tough to work a 9-to-5 job and be an entrepreneur at the same time. Let that sink in. Let it sink in. Let that marinate. I'm gonna say it one more time. It is very difficult to have a 9-to-5, 40 hours a week job, full time, and try to start a business or be an entrepreneur. It's kind of like oil and water. It don't mix. It don't mix. And I'm gonna get into it in this video. I'm gonna talk about my journey a little bit, and I'm gonna give some tips on how to, like, if you at that threshold. And see, I run into a lot of people who say, like, oh, I can't go full time into my business or being an entrepreneur because they relying on their paycheck. Understood. Bills got to get paid. But guess what? Scared money don't make no money. Scared money don't make that money, man. If you really about this life, if you really about leveling up, if you really about firing your boss, you gotta take that chance. You gotta take that risk. You gotta roll that dice. You only live once, baby. YOLO. But no, seriously, I'm gonna tell you why it's very difficult. Okay, for one, let me go back down memory lane. For me, listen, for me, I've been an entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur since 2016. Okay, that's 8 years. I've been in real estate. I've been in my career. Y'all call it a career. I call it a lifestyle. I've been in my career / lifestyle for 9 years. So I'm saying all that to say this. When I got let go from corporate America, okay, when I got kicked out the Matrix, when I was no longer fighting the rat race, when I was no longer doing that uphill battle of check to check living, I felt a sense of freedom. Yeah. Sense of freedom, and that's one thing about being an entrepreneur. If you're trying to make that crossover, if you're trying to make that transition, working a 9-to-5, it drains you. So I used to come home, I work an 8-hour day, 9-hour day. I'm drained, y'all, especially if you like working a very strenuous, physically demanding occupation. Like, you have that, your energy level is low, so you up against that. Okay, and then more importantly, and probably the most important factor on why it's tough, is you don't have the time. You don't have the time. So, starting a business, it sound good. Like, yeah, boy, I'm gonna start selling shoes, or I'm gonna open up a barbershop, or I'm gonna open up a restaurant, whatever. I'm gonna be a real estate agent, which was my case. I went full time in being a real estate agent. Whatever it is, start a bakery. You can't have one foot in, one foot out. I'm telling you. You can't play both sides, you know what I mean? And I see a lot of people make that mistake. And they try to get into the entrepreneur world. They try to get into small business. own the world, and it don't happen because they don't know how to. For one, they don't have no business skills. They have no business acumen, so they don't know how to manage their time, and they don't know how to organize. They got to know how to delegate themselves. They got to regulate also themselves, because now they're their own boss. You know what was so tough for a lot of people? It wasn't tough for me. It was not tough for me, but when I became a full-time realtor, you don't have a boss. You have a broker. You have a broker, but that broker is not micromanaging. That broker is not, hovering over you. So you free. You like a loose dog in the street. You free. You roaming. You doing whatever. And that's a culture shock. That's like, whoa, wait a minute here. You wake up like, damn, I ain't got to clock in today at 10 o'clock. I could take a 2-hour lunch. I could take a 3-hour lunch. I could leave the office. I could do whatever. And, that transition from the corporate world, corporate structure, is embedded in us. Yeah? And guess how it gets embedded in us? Grade school. Yeah. Grade school try to teach us how to be employees. Take orders, follow rules. Yeah. It's already embedded in us, man. That's why they don't teach entrepreneurship. That's why they don't teach business skills in trade. I'm sorry, in grade school. All the stuff you learn in school, 98% of it you're not gonna use in the real world. I use math and I read. Now, going to college is different, depending on your specification, depending on your not your quality, what you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Brain fog, y'all. But you get my drift. Like, whatever you specialize, there we go. Whatever you specialize in college, that's different. You're gonna use it in nursing. You're gonna use it in engineering. You're gonna use it to be a doctor, attorney. Coming out of 12th grade, K through 12, math, bruh, basic math, adding, subtracting, sometimes dividing. That's it. That's all the math I use. I don't use no Pythagorean, what is called Pythagorean. I don't use any of that. Pi, I don't use any of that. So I'm saying all that to say this, like, all my entrepreneur wannabes, all my inspiring wannabe business owners, small business owners, it's tough, man. And so let's address the elephant in the room. Carlton, what do Carlton, like, how did you make it? Like, how did you pay your bills? I know that's the number one challenge. That's the number one excuse for most people who want to leave their job, is they don't have no fallback money. For me, I had some fallback money. Thank God it was a 401k money. When I got fired, I said to myself, I'm never going back to filling out a job application. I had the 401k money. I made a decision. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. So that money that I had in my 401k, it lasted me about 2 months. Until I got a sale as a realtor, that money lasted me maybe 3 months. 3 months maximum. It was like 13,000 and change. So my back was against the wall. Listen, what they say, pressure bursts pipes and pressure makes diamonds. It's sink or swim, That's all I can say as far as people who feel like they want to cross over into the entrepreneur realm. If you have no money, I recommend not doing it. If you don't have a nest egg, do not do it. Do not do it. Now, you can always, crash out. You can crash out. Not pay your bills, credit score sinks, your car get repoed, you get evicted, house get foreclosed on, your kids starve, you starve. You could crash out, But I want y'all to do this the smart way, the strategic way. Come up with your plan, business plan. Life plan. Come up with your plan. What's your plan? All right? My plan is to get up out this dang on 9-to-5 trap. Okay, this is what we gonna do. Here's the play call. Here's the game plan. Here's the blueprint. I'ma save up 15. You know what? Or you know what? I'ma save up 6 months of overhead. Okay, whatever your overhead is. Hypothetical, your overhead $3,000 a month. You save up 18 racks. Okay, now we got some cushion. We got 6 months to play around. Whatever you trying to take off on, you know, whatever it is, rim shop, tire shop, barber shop, you got to get your paper up, man. Not only do you have to have reserves to live, you got to have paper to start your business or implement your innovative entrepreneurial idea. So, fellas, let me talk to fellas right quick. Especially my young fellas. You know, you can't come out here willy-nilly half-assing this. Because a lot of y'all got a lot of ambition. And I love the ambition. I respect the ambition. The ambition I see from this young generation, brothers in their 20s, and they young, you know, early 20s. I love the ambition, man. But you got to put some hard work behind that ambition. You got to put some prayer and faith in the high Lord behind that ambition. And more importantly, you got to come up with the funds. Now, how do you get the funds? Oh, Carlton, man, I live check to check. Or Carlton, I grew up poor. My family's poor. I done heard every excuse in the book. If you a man take control of his life. Yeah. If you a man can take control of his life. Women can't do everything we do. And ladies, I'm not taking a shot at you as far as your capabilities, but men have more capabilities physically. I can go work a construction job in Uber at night. Oh yeah. I can go work a construction job, be dog tired, sweating like a hot pig in a playpen for 10 hours, sweating like an animal, take my butt home, take a shower, eat some dinner, and hop behind in the car and go Uber. And I stack my bread up for a year or 2 years until I get what I need to get up out this entrepreneurial race. I'm sorry, about the rat race. So let me just say this, and we're going to end the video. Let me say this. Everyone that's inspiring, that's watching this video, if you're inspiring to be an entrepreneur, if you're inspiring to start your own lawn service, start your own roofing company, become an electrician, so on and so forth, and you want to become quote-unquote rich, if you work in, I don't know, retail, you work at a warehouse, whatever, you cannot be delusional about this wealth. You can't be delusional about being rich, quote unquote, because everyone's definition of rich is different. Here are the facts. You will not get rich working for someone else unless you're the chairman, unless you're the CEO, unless you're the co-chairman, unless you are on the board, unless you own 90% of all the shares of that company. You are not going to get rich working for a corporation in America. Now, you may have a high-paying job. That's different. You got the cheat code. If you make $250,000 a year from your high-paying job, you're an outlier, because the majority of Americans make about $50,000 a year. So I'm talking to the majority. We're not talking about outliers. We're not talking about the top 3% income earners from corporations. We're talking about the average Joe, the average Sue. The only way you're going to get wealth, the only way you're going to be free, the only way you're going to touch some real paper is you got to start a business. You got to work for yourself. You got to sell a product or a service. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, all right? So I hope this touched somebody. This video didn't go on too long. Subscribe, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Are you ready to fire your boss? You tired of the 9 to 5? You tired of check to check? the whole dog and pony show with being a W-2 employee, let me know. All right, so that's it for this video, man. I'm out. Peace.